Now, our last storyteller. I actually heard this story at a dinner party and said, you need to tell that story to more than just me. So she is married to a Conval graduate, and she is raising possibly a Conval grad in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, Grace Aldrich.
Looking back, I realized I should have been concerned when I saw the lights flashing and the officer walking to my car as I was in the back seat at 4 a.m. with no pants. However, at the time, it just wasn't a priority. Normally, I am one who cares deeply about such first impressions. I like to be prepared so as not to be caught with my pants down. Planning and logistics are my thing. Fact gathering, list making. When I was pregnant, this Girl Scout-like tendency is what brought me to choose a birth education course called the Bradley Method. It's a training for pregnant women and their coaches. My coach, AKA husband Ian, and I met with a small class for 3 hours every Wednesday for 12 weeks. By the end, I knew the name and purpose of dozens of commonly used drugs and procedures, their statistics and long-term outcomes. We had 3 nuanced, bullet-pointed birth plans to indicate our preferences depending on various contingencies. We were given a flow chart of the emotional stages that women went through during labor. 1, excitement. 2, serious focus. 3, creeping self-doubt. 4, I don't want to do this. 5, holy terror. So it was 4 days after the last class that I woke at 1 a.m. to sort of cramps in my stomach. I calmly waited for a while and woke my husband to start timing contractions around 2:30. In reality, they were closer than I thought, about 5 or 6 minutes, but we had a long road ahead of us. We had a marathon ahead of us, or so I thought. I took out the neatly printed index card that had important numbers on it and gave it to Ian so he could call the hospital and our doula, and I strolled with composure into the living room and dimmed the lights, thinking, so it begins. Now, I wanted to ground myself because I knew the average first birth lasts 15 hours. So I pulled out my iPhone and pressed play on the 16 hours of music I had diligently collected. Y'all, this playlist was epic. It covered all genres, hundreds of years. There were different tempos and moods depending on which stage I was in. So track number 1 was this beautiful jazzy number by Betty Carter, and I closed my eyes and swayed to the soothing bass and the lilting voice, like 45 seconds. Somehow I had bypassed stage 1 through 4 and was at holy terror. Ian, can you start the shower, please? I had read that the hot water would relax muscles, thus decreasing pain and delaying labor. So now I stumble through the dim room to the shower, am under the hot water for all of a minute before I have to go to the bathroom. Now I'm dripping. No sooner had I made it to the loo than I remembered another fact from class. Because the baby comes out of the general area where other bodily functions take place, it feels like pooping, okay? Having a baby feels like pooping. So I'm like, what am I doing? What, is this a baby? What is this? I don't want to find out. So still dripping and naked, I go lurching into the bedroom and kneel at the side of the bed, like in the prayer position. Ian, I think the baby is here. You have to check. What? Ian, check and see if the baby is here. Okay. I'll check. No, we're good. Let's just go. So, by some miracle, we managed to get my bra and my shirt, and Ian pulled my pants on. They were kind of at my knees, so as I made down the stairs, I looked like this angry beached mermaid. It took forever, and I was exhausted. When I got to the front door, the idea of going outside into the cold October night to drive 20 minutes down country bumpy roads to the hospital just seemed objectionable, like criminal. Staying here. And my partner, my coach, my love, who had been this nurturing, attentive source of support, just stopped. And he looked at me and said, "Get in the car!" I did it. I crawled in the back seat behind the driver, and off we went at breakneck speed. So it was just an excruciating blur of a ride. And, suddenly we stopped finally, and I was so relieved. I looked up with tears in my eyes to see the blue lights flashing through the background. And I just thought, this is a hot mess. We did not cover this in class. All I want to do is finish track 1. And while I'm just lamenting the shrapnel of my birth vision, Ian is yelling things out the window to convey the urgency, and the police officer is continuing his leisurely advance. But he never made it to the front of the car. I don't know what he saw through the back window, what unearthly sounds he heard, but whatever it was, it made him freeze, step back, and just wave us on like a third base coach. So 2 miles, 2 minutes later, we screech up in front of the emergency room door. An ER doctor, because we made it there before the midwife and the doula, comes out, opens the door, and we have a very brief and awkward, backward greeting, and Ian steps in. I hear these shuffling papers behind me. Doctor, this is our birth plan. Excuse me? These are our preferences, just in case of, this is the birth plan. This is happening now. Okay, yeah. And then the doctor said the magic words, Grace, push. 2 pushes later, at 4:33 a.m., I gave birth to an 8.9-pound healthy baby boy. And later, Ian went out to the car, Subaru, to assess the damage and found our 5-page birth plan flapping gently in the breeze on top of the car. Obviously, nothing had gone to plan. I was not prepared. And it was the perfect primer for parenting. I underestimated one factor, the silent protagonist of the day, the boy born in appropriate model of Subaru, the legacy, my favorite X factor, Calvin Aldrich.